Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Today will be the final day of the randomizer. I just feel it. We have one dreamer left to get, and then we're done. Now, we left off last time not really knowing what to do. There's a couple checks that or more so, there's not a lot of checks left to get where we are. So we're gonna go check out a couple of the ones that are. The first one is, since we got the right direction at dash, we can now go check what Sharp Shadow is. GF. Next thing we will do is we're actually gonna go do Holow 1 and Holow 2 because the rewards are not shown, so could be anything. Do I like my charm setup? I do. There's also Holow 3. Since Trial of the Fool is randomized. But I'd prefer not to do Holow 3 if possible. Anyway, so, as I always ask, how's everyone's day going? Mine's going pretty well. Woke up, went to school, went and picked up something I ordered from a store. Came back and ate some McDonald's. Very nice, very fun. And came onto the stream. As I said, today we're hoping to finish the randomizer. Since I do not think a 5th day should be necessary for a randomizer such as this. I was thinking about what to do next. What's the next thing we take care of? And I'll leave a comment on this if you agree. I was thinking of doing a room randomizer. I've never done one of those before. And I think that would be a great new experience for me, as well as great content to watch. Those could also take substantially longer than just a normal randomizer, so since, you know, any room could be anywhere. And I think the goal for that would be true ending. Benchfly King down. Yeah, maybe a room rando after this. I think that'd be fun. I also think that that would take forever, which is kind of why I want to do it. It'd be a nice way to spend a good couple of streams or so. Well, it'd be more than a couple, unless we got really, really lucky. Yeah, Hollow 1's not too difficult, so I'm kind of just talking over it. It's just kind of happening in the background. It's because there's not really a lot to comment on. Hollow 2's are things get a lot more difficult. But two Gruz mothers. Time for the final boss. You see, we weren't actually going to Radiance. This is the true final boss right here. You gotta go all out. Man, can't believe we did that. A 15 Geo Rock for Hollow 1. Alright. Trial 2. Hey, let's just go straight into it, right? I'm gonna spend the first part of the stream doing combat. If we don't get Dreamer here, the only thing we can get is left C dash or wings. I prefer wings. But left C dash gets us a good amount as well. Come on. Picture of aspids and mosquitoes. I'm trying to remember if... Yep. This is why we love great slash folks. Get a heal real quick. Right here, right? Yep. Gone. And for this section, we just do this. Oh, I guess there also is a check in the middle of Hollow, right? Because there's a grub mimic right here, and they're randomized. Unless this one's not randomized. I mean, to be fair, how would you... Like, logic-wise, that would be difficult, I'd say. But I'm not a programmer, by any means. Yeah, no, they didn't randomize it. more spikes. This is another one that just, when I first started playing this game, this section right here really, I found it really difficult. Alright. Oh. Masterfully done. Now it's on to mini blobbles, right? Yeah. Or, I think they're called armored blobbles. Don't quote me on that. We're gonna heal up real quick, just because I believe after we kill this guy, or these two, I believe this is when the blobbles spawn. Yep. Oh, a little bit. The blobbles won't be hard, I'd say. Or I don't think they're going to be difficult. Yep, here we go. There we go. Hollow 2 done. Okay. Shiny drop at least. Alright! Got lore for beating Hollow 2. So, I'm really hesitant to do Hollow 3. What I will do, though... Actually, there's one thing near here that... that I remember seeing in the helper log, though I don't remember it being a thing. Might have been talking about this, honestly. I remember we did check this, but the game, or the log said it was unchecked, so... Oh, wait, no. This isn't it, because it said a Geo Rock, not a King's Idol. Is there a Geo? All it said was Pale Lurker Geo Rock. Now, I don't actually... Could be down one of these, I guess. Maybe a breakable wall of some sort. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's go fetch the helper log, because as I said, I can't think of any more checks. But there's just a very small amount. Open helper log. Here we go. Alright, there's in the top part of archives, there's a lore tablet up here. We're gonna go check some of the things that are not, that I probably wouldn't have to look up in order to do it. Not a Zelda. But he can do Great Prince though. This is that's also a place, I guess. Alright. Let's do it. Great Prince soaked. Oh. Game cheated me. They flew perfectly over that. Alright, Great Prince Soap Boss Essence. Wings! I can't believe it was fucking Zote. Oh, that's horrible. Alright. Wings is big. Wings is big. There's a good amount of stuff we could do now. But the main thing I want to do is I want to go take care of everything for the last year. Because we can do that now. Another thing we can do. Oh, I miss having Monarch Wings. And a Charm Notch. You know, I think it's that instead of being a Vessel Fragment in the base game, if that was a Charm Notch, I feel like I'd be fine with that. Alright, there's a good amount of checks over here. That. Mark of Pride for 4. Anything up here? Nope. Ooh, almost missed this. 8 Geo. Oh, have I found every vessel fragment? I think that's kind of crazy. Fortunately, I can't just C-dash through here. What's the simple feed? Lore. Alright, time for the boss with one of my favorite soundtracks in the entire game. Broken Vessel is just such a good soundtrack. I could go off and on, or on and on about how good this song is. Unfortunately, we were already extremely overpowered by the time we got here, so... Oh, we can also do White Palace now. Like, everything in White Palace. Unbreakable Greed for 6. That is... Like, even in the base game, I wouldn't say Unbreakable Greed's very worth it. At least by the time you get it by. If you could get... I'd say if you... Like... Anytime before Wings, if you could get Unbreakable Greed without having to pay as much as you do for it, I'd say it'd be worth it. Because... Past that point, Geo's never really a problem to encounter. Lost Kid. One of my favorite boss fights in the game. Double hits, baby. Double hits again. And there we go. You just face tank it if you have enough health. And that's why we just spam Shade Soul and Dark and D-Dark. And you know what? I think we will tackle White Palace next. Ask Shard. Actually, nothing new we could do in King's City. There is one thing we can do in Crystal Peak. We've gained access to a single thing. Come on, Rage Guardian. Grab Mimic. And Grimkin Flame 9. You know, that would be really, really useful if we had Monarch Wing, or not Monarch Wings. If we had Grimchild. Okay, we could also go save that singular Grub Hive. Also, I believe we've gotten a nail upgrade since last time we were in Hive, so, you know, I feel better, more confident. We also got a new side of Claw since I believe we last came to Hive. If we find Grimchild, we get 9 new checks. So, if we don't just outright get Hera and win, that's the goal. Okay. Alright. Made it up here. King's Idol. Okay. We could do, we can do Fungal Core now. We can also check what Willow has. I wonder if we can get to the grub right outside Teacher's Archives. Lore. It could be Flower Quest. It very well could be Flower Quest. I don't want it to be Flower Quest. It could be Flower Quest. Fungal Core Fungal Core is just another one of those areas I don't know where everything is, so we're just gonna be figuring it out. More lore. Where are we at? Alright, yep. $18 essence. One moment. I do apologize about that. I am back. Big fungus man. Yeah, that's the guy we're at. That's the first time I killed one of those guys. Huh. Fog Canyon map. Alright. Next. Deep Nest Hot Springs. We are going to do Nosk. Left C dash. Hello, Nosk. Wander Journal. For Geo. So we ended up getting almost every movement ability this randomized. The only one we are missing is Swim. Outside of that, we've gotten every single movement ability. Which I don't think I've ever had that happen to me in a randomizer before. At least with these settings. Just let me spam dive. And that's how you fight Nosk. Let's go see what our prize is. A soul totem. Alright. I'm gonna go to Crystal Guardian room. And a couple things we can do. First thing I'm gonna do is this puzzle. Not puzzle, this segment. Oh, this also means we can get into waterways now. Which, being totally honest, that's probably where it is. Do I think it'd be funny if it was somewhere in Path of Pain? Yeah. Do I want to do Path of Pain? Not particularly. Are you not going to cast Shadesel? Oh, because my soul is bugged. Right? 620 Geo. Soul Totem. You know, I thought you were supposed to be out there. The game's gotta give me Grimchild or Hera sooner or later. It's gonna have to do it. Because at this point, it's rather we win, or we get Grimchild, which gives us 9 more checks. As I said, sinking feeling that it's in White Palace. bastard. Alright, you see, but that time we succeeded. This is the last thing we have to get in peaks. Long nail for 3. You know what? We're just gonna go to lower tram. And we are going to enter waterways. Oh! My cool parkour! I really like the like cool in story or like in world like area connection you got, because I don't know, whenever I first played this game, I never really looked up here except for when I 100%ed the game. I was like, huh, there's just plants here. Why are there plants here? But then you get around to looking around everywhere and stuff, and you realize, hey, we're actually right next to Isma's Grove. And with this, we enter the Royal Waterways. Waterways actually has a good amount of checks. It's really unfortunate that we don't have swim, though, because a couple of them are locked behind that or a water skip. I think first things first, we're going to go fight Dung Defender. I do commonly still get lost in here, but I know my way around well enough. Our boy the Dung Defender. Scream skit. Alright. 15 Geo for Defender's Crest. I guess it's already flicked. Alright, we're gonna do that. Fuck. Not enough soul. That's fine. Thank you. King's Idol. The Holow Knight Seal. And he's not there yet. Now it's time for us to check out the rest of waterways. This is back to the entrance, yes. Another mimic. This is Tuck, right? Hey, Tuck.
Hello, Red.
This is Waterway's key, which is a mask shard. Charm notch. Very nice. And we hit the bench. I don't think we can do this. I'm gonna do this. All right. Time for Fluke Farm. Fluke Farm defeated. Mask Shard. And you know what? We're cool. We're just gonna water skip again. No, we're not. Let's heal up. As I said, I believe we can get into God Home. Not that there's much of a point of us getting into God Home. Actually, I think there's more in that room. I did not mean to dive. I am gonna set dream gate right here though, and just go back. Yeah, I think we've got everything in there. Junk Pit has a good amount of checks for us. $15 Geo. 15 more Geo. Check. Mask Shard, bumping us update 26, 25. A Pale Ore. Should get 2 checks from this, right? Collector's Map. And we made it to Godhome. I wonder what Pantheons we have unlocked. We're not going to be doing Godhome. We're definitely missing some for Pantheon 3. Yeah, we need Collector. Collector and Grim. Set up the bench in here. Alright, we'll just go open up the shortcut. Not that we need it, considering we could just bench warp. But there is a check right here. A Rancid Egg. Alright. The second check. 26 Geo Rock. Let's go back to Waterways. Bench. Okay, yeah, so that's just back to Dumb Defender. This is also just back to Dumb Defender. So yeah, nothing else in this room. Yeah, no, not this room. Pale ore. Shard. Defender's Crest. $28 essence. Yeah, I'm really curious. I forget where. But the future proof? I'm gonna set this bad boy. Nope. You stay back, Fiend. Huh. No, I can't believe that I made that and then that, but important reward for this. Some more. Okay. We could do Shio. That's something we could do now. That's 2 checks. There's that one room in Queen's Gardens that we can now do. Grim Flame 10. You got every single Grim Flame. Kind of crazy. Alright, Shia. Get me something good, my guy. Hey, I know that. That is... Wow. Thank you. Truly. Thank you. Shio, get with the program! We're gonna go to... Stone Sanctuary Bench and Green Path. Because we're gonna get that one room in Queen's Gardens done with that one grub at the top. Because I'm still clinically ignoring doing White Palace. Though I'm gonna attack White Palace next. Since, I mean, it's no longer really a point for us to avoid it. We have all the movement abilities. It's not like there's water in White Palace for us to swim in. I didn't trust you in the first place. Alright, we'll do it. We'll do White Palace. We'll get it over with. I never sat at the Shio bench. Doesn't matter, though. Or... we'll check down the Mask Maker, because there's a couple checks down there. And then after that, we will finally tackle White Palace. Hey, I already killed your boss, man. Petras. I think this is a nice calm room. A grub. Charm Notch. Mimic. No, not a mimic. Alright. Huh. Alright. It's time for White Palace. And from what I understand, is that I believe the Soul Totems and Path of Pain are placed as well. So, we're going to go on a bit of a parkour spree here. So long as I've done White Palace. Nothing over here. I remember there being a soul totem somewhere in the White House entrance. I just forget. Here we go. Open up, pal. And up we go. Alright. Main chamber reached. Doing the left side first. Another grub. A very royal, dapper looking grub. They cross to the right, and they cross to the left, and they pause for a bit. I don't know, I think I got cheated on that last one, I'm gonna be real. First one done. I know if you're very precise, you can skip this entire segment, but I don't feel like trying. Yep. Just thought I'd check. What am I doing? I can't dream gate here, right? Yeah. King's Idol. Luckily, we can farm these guys for soul. And there we go. Path of Pain time. We're going to equip Hive Blood. Nope. Hive Blood and Unbreakable Heart. Should be low right here. Yep. Rock. Before we do this, I will be back. I have to use the bathroom. Alright, I apologize for that. We are back. Let's do it. Come on. Alright, first try. First try. It's been so long since I've done Path of Pain. I like how Hive Blood makes the masks look. Do it. I should have just sent it. Okay. Well, we're gonna heal up and we're gonna play a little bit more safe. Okay. Love key. That gets us a couple checks. Alright. 15 Geo. Come on. No! Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot if that was a check or not, so I was just checking. Okay, don't throw. Through most of Path of Pain. What am I doing? You know, I'm gonna wait for the health to regenerate at this point. Because this is also how much soul we have. Also how much soul we have for the King's molds. Oh no. Okay. A rancid egg. If we only have a very limited amount of soul, I'm going to be doing a little bit of soul farming just so we can get some health back. You see, now we're not in as much of a bad spot. Since now we're almost full health. If we could just throw ourselves at this again. This is probably the part of Path of Pain I'm the worst at, is that little hollow right there. I don't know, I could just never really understand that hallway. Yeah. Alright, almost overcommitted. Almost overcommitted. 2 lifeblood masks. Come on. We're overdoing it a little bit. I could go slower. But then it's just not as cool. Dashed a little too early. That's fine. No. I just panicked. Come on. We got here with little to no issue. We could do this. Should have double jumped and then dashed. I'm getting a little impatient. Let's step back for a second. Step back. We don't want to die to the king's molds. That's what we're trying to avoid. Gotta be a little more patient. I was way too early on that saw anyway. What? I jumped, but... This is like actually gonna be stressful at the end now. Okay. Okay? We're gonna have to just rely on high blood now. Because right now we're in range where if we lost one more health, King's Molds would kill us in one hit. And if... What am I talking about? We have a free soul machine right here. Alright. Feeling a lot better. Why did I double jump there? No! Oh, my timing was off because I got there late. Okay. Alright. Alright. We did it. Path of Pain has been completed. Hopefully, this was worth it. We got Love Key. Love Key could be something. But if this is Hera, then Randomizer's over. Well, at least we got Love Key, folks. At least we got Love Key. We're gonna go take care of that now. Before I continue with more White Palace. Because that's easy 4 or 5 checks, I believe. So, Kingdom's Edge, we're gonna go to the camp. I will say, if Path of Pain was required for this randomizer, then this is a very, very interesting. Probably the most interesting randomizer I've had. Luckily, earlier on, we came down here. We opened this already. We have nail 2, so this is going to be fine. Nail 2 gives us just enough to one-shot them. And Collector defeated. Be gone. Four checks here. Hera! We can end! And Georox. Folks, the randomizer is over. We have obtained everything we need to beat the video game. And you know what? This is the charm setup we're gonna go. It feels pretty traditional for a charm setup, right? I can't believe we got two of them back to back in Deep Nest, Monomon and Lurian, and then it took what? Probably 2.5 to 3 hours in order to find Hera, which required us to do Path of Pain. Map updated. What's world sense? Deep focus for 1. Alright, folks, let's do it. And what are the chains? 24 Geo. A Grub. 22 Geo. And another Grub. Time for the final fights. This is probably another one of, if not my second favorite theme in the entire game. Pull up console real quick. And the Hornet assist. What are we gonna do? Fight the sun? And then, boom. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a Bish Shriek, but we have Howling Raid, so that'll just have to do. We also have Shade Cloak, which is, hey, better than last time I did Anna Randomizer. Alright, now we should be able to use our stronger spells a lot more on this next phase. Let's just seal up the fold, just in case, though. Right here. Swords. Yep. Right. And there we go. That's GG, everyone. It's the first randomizer I've done on stream completed. That was certainly one of the more interesting randomizers I've done. Because it felt like we were in the endgame after we got the last two, but no. Or after we got Mandalorian, but no. That was still mid-game. We still had a solid, 3.5 hours after finding them. Before we actually found, Hera. Which I'm still surprised required us to do Path of Pain. Hey, I've had a lot of fun doing this randomizer. And I hope all of you have had a absolutely wonderful time watching it as well. It took a while. Most randomizers last 6 or 7 hours. This one lasted probably about 8 or 9. But we probably didn't have to get every single movement ability. 92% completion, taking 8.5 hours. Alright. I think I'm going to cut the stream short today. We did a lot of progression. We beat the randomizer. I won't stream tomorrow, but Sunday I'll come back with a new stream concept for y'all. So, I will see you.